Great googly moogly. How's everybody doing here? What do we got here? We have something interesting here. Right there. Oh my goodness. What is this shapoopy thing? Is this a shapooper? Nope, this is a shadooper. We're gonna get that out of here. Yeah, this is real fun. We play tested this a bit and we let our buddy play test it against some of our top tier decks, and guess what? This thing whooped two of my decks. I'm not even gonna say what they were. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, you know what? I made this for fun to have a deck around the house, but it's good. So I'm going to show you. This is where it's all began. It began with the Orzhov Humans sealed product here, this Pioneer Challenger deck. It was about 38 bucks, I think I paid for it. And here's the deck list. Let's go ahead and soak that in real quick. Wait, what? Did you see this ad over here? I don't know what that was. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so let's look that over real quick. And guess what? Did you see this? This thing comes with a godless shrine. I was like, what? When I looked through it, I did not know that when I bought this, and I saw the godless shrine, and I was like, holy moly, look at this, man. Is Wizards of the Coast learning? Are they learning? No, they're not. They sent Pinkertons after a fan. Very bad form, because the Pinkertons are very bad. Disgusting history of the Pinkerton agency. If anybody's ever interested, I suggest looking up the Ludlow Massacre. Oh, and here's my doggy here. Hi, Bubba. Just doing some deck tech, man. All right, so let's get into how I did the deck. So I only spent about what was not even into it, I think. We got a little sideboard here, too. Where's that? Where's the little sideboard? Oh. All right, yeah, the sideboard's kind of a thing in the works. So we're going to go through this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 champions of the parish. Now this is a real heavy hitter for us in here. This 1-drop white here. Whenever another human enters the battlefield into your control, put a 1/1 counter on champion of the parish. And you know what he does? I stand for every cobbler, tanner, and fool in this town, and they stand for me. Very cool. So we're running 4 champions of the parish in here. And these definitely won't come out. We have Giant Killer. We're running 1, a 2, a Giant Killer. And we have that chop down, 2 and a white. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. That's a good ability. It's a little expensive. However, what we really like in this deck is this 1 and a white, tap target creature and opponent controls. That is ugly, especially in this deck. So we're running 2 Giant Killers. And as a little life gain incentive, we have 2 Beloved Princess here. This is a card that my wife loves this card. Not just because it's Beloved Princess. She likes the can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. And her favorite gameplay is to buff up Beloved Princess huge and then keep her from being blocked by said creatures. And yeah, she's a lifelink 1/1 1-drop. So 1 white, you get a lifelink. You can't argue with this. It's success here. It really, yeah, I like the card. I like these 1-drop white creatures. So in addition, we're running Dauntless Bodyguard, running 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you're going to recognize this from the set. So Dauntless Bodyguard. As Dauntless Bodyguard enters the battlefield, choose another creature you control. Sacrifice Dauntless Bodyguard. The chosen creature gains indestructible until end of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. For a 2/1 for 1, that's perfect value for what we're looking to do in this deck, which is beat our opponents down with creatures and stop them from countering our creatures and playing non-creature things. That's part of this too. We have Thalia's Lieutenant, and we are running 4 of Thalia's Lieutenant. It's a human soldier for 1 and a white. Oh, expensive cost, right? That's our first 2-drop. So when Thalia's Lieutenant enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh, look at that. Very nice. 4 Thalia's Lieutenant. So these are going to cause things to get very big. I'm definitely thinking to throw a couple of Ephemerates in here to bounce those up and down a little bit. do a couple other ETB triggers. Now here's a card that I thought would be something where we'd give it a taste in here. But the taste is a flavor we like, because with all these creatures in here, non-creature spells costing 1 more to cast, this card is what was jamming me up. My Infect Storm was being jammed high degree, man. Just terrible. So, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, for 1 and a white, you get a first strike 2/1, and non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. That jammed me up. That's what did it for my burn deck. And my Poison Storm. Poison Infect Storm did pretty good against this. But Poison Storm fell. And we're running 1, 2, a 3, a 4. And we got one of those new ones in there. Look at that. Very nice. I thought that artwork, I think this was artwork done right. I think this whole series, these showcases were really well done. So Wizards was listening there and did the right thing. And in our other 2-drop, we have Luminarch Aspirant. The Luminarch Aspirant. This card I can't stand, I'm sorry. It's so annoying. So for 1 and a white, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. We're running 1, 2, 3 of these. These 2 allow things to get big. 1 and a white. Imagine if this was just 1 white. It'd be pretty sweet. But this creature can get really annoying. It's the kind of thing you don't want to set on a board very long. Especially in a deck like this where everything is always growing, it seems like. So let's go ahead and get into the black creatures here. So in our black, we have Blood-Soaked Champion. Death is merely another foe the Mardu will overcome with this fellow. Blood-Soaked Champion cannot block. It has Raid, so for 1 and a black, you can return Blood-Soaked Champion from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only if you attacked with a creature this turn. We're going to be attacking the heck out of our opponents. So of course, for 1 and a black, for this for 1 black, for this this powerhouse here, we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Kitesail Freebooter, Flying Human Pirate. When Kitesail Freebooter enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until Kitesail Freebooter leaves the battlefield. So we have a flyer for 1 and a black. We have that exile ability from the hand, which is just wonderful. And us being able to choose that card is very powerful. A couple more of these in the sideboard. This could be sideboarded in or out depending on what you're going to do. So, further and further. Now let's say, here's a card that I added that obviously makes this not Pioneer legal. We have Path to Exile. Remove target creature from the game. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land card. Put that card into play tapped, then shuffle his or her library. So, in this instance, this is where it would be advantageous to pay attention to when you're going to be playing Thalia. Because you don't want to jam yourself up, but necessarily you're not going to be jamming yourself up that much because this is very creature heavy. I think there's 28 creatures in this. So it's crazy to me. Usually I play like 11 to 14 creatures in these kind of decks. But that's what the deck does. We tried to keep with the theme of the Pioneer deck. So that's why this is built this way. I'd probably do it a little differently, but that was my idea here. Is to keep the flavor of the deck alive. Keep the flavor. Savor the flavor. Don't let it go bad. Keep the cupboard full of, what is it? Give me a hand here. Baking soda. So anyways, we got 2 Path to Exiles, because we're not going to want to give them too much land fixing, you know what I mean? We have Vendetta. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. You lose life equal to that creature's toughness. We're running 2 Vendettas. This is a wonderful card. Love this card. Very happy to see it. And what else? What else? We have Blood Chief's Thirst. We're running 2 of these. So Blood Chief's Thirst, for 1 black, we can destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If this spell is kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. We don't need to kick this, because many of the great cards of Modern are 2 or less mana, like Dragon's Rage Channeler, Now the venerated rot priests. The list goes on. Monastery Swift Spear, Goblin Guide, going on and on and on. All of those one drops, the monkey, right? This is a monkey killer. So we have two of these. We're running one dire tactics. Exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. Just one of those. We have rally the ranks. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Human! Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Human! We chose human because we are humans too. Yeah, humans talk like that. Alright, humans say we run two. We have a Mishra Bauble. And we're just running one of these in the deck. Just a one. So it does its little job there. Gives us a peek. Gives us a card draw. We can sacrifice it. You know what Mishra's Bauble does? Give it a peek. Get it a draw. We got Portable Hole. When Portable Hole enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until Portable Hole leaves the battlefield. Running 2 Portable Holes. Now, here's the mana base. Very simple. They've given us the Godless Shrine already. I've added an Isolated Chapel. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a plains or a swamp. Whoops. We have Concealed Courtyard. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. We've added none. We've taken one out and added it to a commander deck, actually. So we're running just 3 of those in here. We have a Gemstone Mine. Enters the battlefield with 3 mining counters on it. Remove a mining counter from Gemstone Mine. Add 1 mana of any color. If there are no mining counters on Gemstone Mine, sacrifice it. We have Secluded Courtyard. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You can tap and add a colorless. Or we're going to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or activate an ability of a creature or creature card of the chosen type. Running 2 of those. We have Caves of Kolios. Add a colorless or add a black or a white, and it does 1 damage to us. Just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And for our basic land slot, we're running 1, 2 swamps. We have 1, 2, 3 plains. And we have 2 Mutavaults. Add 1, tap and add 1. Mutavault becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. So this is going to do things for our battlefield entry, for human entering the battlefield. We're going to be able to beef this up. And wonderfully enough, it's like similarly to Ink Moth Nexus. It's going to have all those things, like where it's going to have summoning sickness. You can't transform it right away. If you transform it by itself, it's going to be tapped. So you can't do that. But it is a human entering the battlefield. And even if you want to transform it and give it summoning sickness, it's still a human going to be entering the battlefield because it's all creature types. So something to think about. Food for thought. So how does this win? Pretty obvious. And you know what? We'll go through that sideboard. It's not complete yet. I got these 2 in here that I added. This Knight of the Holy Nimbus. It has flanking. If Knight of the Holy Nimbus would be destroyed, regenerate it. And flanking, basically, it gives -1/-1 to anything that tries to block it. And Knight of the Holy Nimbus would be destroyed, regenerated, which is amazing. So pay 2. Knight of the Holy Nimbus can't be regenerated this turn. Only an opponent may pay this ability. That's a very strange card. Our opponent can choose to do that. We have the couple Kitesail Freebooters. This Sun Gold Sentinel, which it's okay. It's okay in the deck. I'm still not sure. A couple more Giant Killers. We have Rally the Ranks again, and 2 Thraben Inspectors in our sideboard. And I think I'm going to add some Ephemerates, and that'll close out the sideboard. So, how does this win? Again, we were saying, pretty obvious. I think we'll Goldfish it, just to see. And we'll see if we can get turn 5. We'll play Goldfish and do turn 5. So, tune in. We're going to do that next. And we have a Patreon now. So, I'm not expecting anything in it. I was just told to get one. A buddy set one up for me. He said I should have one, so I have one. And then this way, like, maybe I can use that when I do giveaways for people. They don't have to be patrons or anything. I don't want, money from anybody necessarily. Like, it'd be nice to have some. But it's just food for thought. But this will be a way where I can safely communicate with people when I want to do giveaways. Because somebody got the mat, I did a giveaway for the Zelda mat, and I said, hey, contact me at my this email, lizardsofthetoast@yahoo.com. But I was told that's not like the safest, secure way. So if I want to do giveaways, I should do them on like Patreon to do it safely, like communicate people on there. So I will start leaving like the Patreon thing. So that'll be like safe communication and a way to, if somebody wins something, but somebody did end up contacting me. So I gave it to the runner up. So I'd like to congratulate Mr. Randall on that one. So, Mr. Randall, as the runner-up, we appreciated your comment and enjoy the prizes.